Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept Podcast. You know, today I just want to talk. I don't want to talk about no particular concept, no particular title. You know, just talk. You know what I mean? I had an idea on my mind, but I forgot it that fucking fast. Because, like I said, I just want to talk, right? Man, I'm gonna start off by saying this, right? In life, we go through so many things. And while we go through these things, life is still happening for everybody. Life is still going on for your mother, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, everybody, you know, is still living their life. You know, at times we want people to just really stop, hone in, and focus on what's going on with us. You know what I mean? The right here, right now, that's going on with us. But really, you know, you got to get the broader picture. Everybody got something that they're going through. Everybody got a life to live. Everybody got, you know what I mean, their own path. You know, not all the time, it's like it's not any slight on anybody, right? When you're not into their life, but they may take offense to you not being into their life, not being there for them while they're going through whatever it is they're going through. You know what I mean? Not understanding that you have so many things that you're going through. You have so many fights to fight on your own for many different reasons. You know what I mean? You have so many fights to fight on your own. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are blind to the plights of others. You know what I mean? They don't really see or care or feel, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Not in vice versa, but another avenue you could take that is when you're going through things, you assume that everybody automatically knows what the fuck you're going through. You know what I mean? Like the world is revolving around you and everybody's glued into you and what you're going through. You know what I mean? I've been there. You know what I mean? Real shit, I've been there. Because I've been putting so many things out on the internet, so much information and things like that. Some of my thoughts don't come off as clear and concise as I would want them to, but the information is there. You know what I mean? If somebody want to piece together information from what I pieced together myself, then go ahead. You could find, whatever truth that I have in there. You know what I mean? Whatever truth that you could find that I have in there. Because sometimes you just can't find somebody else's truth, right? Sometimes you can't think your way past that threshold to really understand what somebody's truth is. But needless to say, we all still got to be here for one another. You know what I mean? And stop, as a society, because our society is so fucking crazy. You take everything that you see or hear for face value when you really can't. You really can't take everything you see or hear or it's all hearsay. You know what I mean? Because it could be something totally different behind the scenes. All you know, I could be lying about all the shit that I put on my podcast ever. I could be lying about it all. I could just be the most scheming, connivingest motherfucker out here and just lied about everything I put on my podcast just because I want attention, right? So I want some type of fame or whatever. No, it's not the case. Me, I put my information out here because I want understanding. And in understanding, I would gain respect. And even if nobody else respects, you know what I mean? I've gained more respect for myself with being able to live with my truth. And not only live with my truth, expose my truth. expose whatever it is that I've been through, whatever hurt I've felt, whatever pain I've felt, whatever sorrow and whatever triumphs and achievements and goals that I've met. You know what I mean? I get to share all of that. You know what I mean? I get to share the good, bad, the ugly, the nasty, the downright grimy shit that's going on, in my neck of the woods. You know what I mean? What's going on with me? You know what I mean? And all the time, I'm not in a space where I could do it musically. You know what I mean? I can't always put everything down in a rhyme or, I mean, have the time to actually sit up here and listen to a beat and really, piece together a proper song per se. You know what I mean? Even though I'm working on that, I'm honing that craft a little bit more, just like I'm honing this podcasting craft. I'm honing my book writing craft, my publishing and author. So, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Needless to say, everybody out here is dealing with a lot. Everybody out here has a lot to deal with. But don't get don't get too involved in anyone or anything but yourself, right? And at the same time, pay attention to the outside world. Pay attention to your family. Pay attention to your neighbors. Pay attention to your community members. Pay attention to society in general, to the world in general. It's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. And a lot of times we see this information on TV or we hear this information on the radio or whatever, and we take it for face value. And we never really think deeper into the scenario. We never take another path of thought. You know what I mean? I mean, you got sheeple, right? You got sheeple that's going to take anything you say for face value. You know what I mean? And it's just that. But they'll never get the deeper underlying meaning or agenda behind anything that happens because there's always a meaning or reason why something happened. You know what I mean? It's never just clean cut and dry. Oh, this happened because of this reason, and that's that, period. No, no. It happened because, well, back in the day, this added up to that. And then was this did that, and these partners used to be partners, and then they paired off and bought different companies. And now one of the companies, now these guys coming back and they want to be partners again, but they want to start up a new lucrative business name and everything. So now they're going to capitalize and buy this company. So now they can take over that name and become partners again in their old age or whatever and leave that to their kids for legacy. Right? That's how shit happens. That's how moves are made. That's how things happen. And if you're not a part of that conversation or that transaction, then you get lost in translation. You know what I mean? That happens in our everyday society. That happens with everything. Some people just get lost in translation. Some people just get lost in a process of everything going on. You know what I mean? Everything happening at one time. You just get lost in translation, you know? Because of 1,000 people all have their hands up, wanting help, right? For situations that they have in their life, right? Out of those 1,000 people, there's going to be at least at least 100 people, at least 100 people that receive help that really feel as if well, there's going to be at least 100 people who don't receive help, right? And then out of the 900 people who did receive help, there's going to be roughly about 30% of them that feel like even though they got help, that they never really got proper help. It's because they probably was going down the wrong avenue or they was directed to the wrong place to get help with in the first place. So that means you have roughly 60% of the people, a little bit more than half of the people, really getting assistance with things that they need help with. And roughly speaking, about 50% of that 60% is going to fall into hard times again later on down the line and need help all over again and become one of those hands and those thousands of people that need help again one day in the future. You know, the best thing you could do for yourself, your children, for your legacy is not be one of those hands up needing help. You know, that's my thing. That's my thing. I'm striving to not be one of those fucking hands up that need help all the time. You know, at times I'm going to be a bit combative with everything that's going on around me, with the government, with society, with politics, local governments, uh, fuck IRS, Fed, CIA. I'm gonna go up against everybody because that's what being American is a fucking about. That's what being American is about. I'm gonna go up against the system. I'm gonna go up against my family. I'm gonna go up against any secret orders out there. That's what being American is about. That's on a physical level. On a spiritual level, that's what's called a theocracy. That's what's called knowing who you are, knowing thyself.